Hello my beautiful co-creators, Lilou here in Sedona, Arizona on the Juicy Living Tour. Very inspiring tour with wonderful people. Today I'm very excited to be with you, Paul Lawrence.
Thank you.
You're a great artist, and I was introduced to your work through one of the viewers, and you know how it works. All the synchronicities and the magic is just leading me to the next person that is bringing another piece of this puzzle. And you're bringing a lot of this goddess, divine, feminine energy and a lot of healing through your painting that you feel is necessary. Could you tell us about that vision that you have for the world and through this series that you're doing? What do you think you're bringing? What is your piece?
Okay, I think my piece is really the balance of the divine masculine feminine. I think we live in a world which is out of balance. We have way too much masculine energy going on. And there's nothing wrong with masculine energy, but when it's not guided or inspired by the feminine, then it goes down roads that it really shouldn't go down. And we have a lot of evidence of that. So my piece is about showing people how, through the guidance of the divine feminine, we can then take action with the divine masculine. And the two are constantly working together in all of us, in women, in men. We both have masculine, feminine. And I wanted to show that through a series of paintings that I was actually inspired to do. So I was inspired by the divine feminine to do this series, as I've been inspired by most of the things in my adult life. That's just been the way it is. I'm guided to do things and I follow that guidance.
And that's how you live. Now, you were saying that in the morning you actually recenter yourself in that energy before even starting the day or before taking an action. Yeah,
especially an important action. An action that's going to affect my life and affect everybody else's life. And I think the divine feminine is probably coming from more of a space of love, although they both do. But we need to teach the divine masculine more about that, and it's the divine feminine that's coming back into us to teach that. And she inspires me all the time. Sometimes I'm not sitting down meditating, I'm just walking down the street and I hear, go there, go to the so-and-so cafe. And sometimes I argue. I say, what, why? And they just say, go, you need to meet someone. And I literally will go and I'll meet someone. So when I follow the guidance, it's the intuition, very, very strong. And it can come in so many different ways. Sometimes it's like just hearing my own mind talk. Sometimes it's a feeling in the gut. And it comes in, sometimes it's a magazine, sometimes it's a person, like you calling me for this interview. And then I just respond to, does this feel right? Yes, let's do it, let's go.
And then you write it fully with a masculine energy too.
Yes,
simultaneously.
I mean, it's like a dance. I dance tango. And it's like dancing tango. In tango, the male leads and the female follows. But the way I look at it is the female gives the leading guidance and then the male follows that guidance. But even in tango, it's the same. The man's not in control. He gets to lead, but then he follows the woman, and then he leads, and then he follows. So it's a dance that we're doing. So it is, I don't know if simultaneous is the word, but it's definitely, it's weaving together. I like that word, weaving.
I love how a lot of men right now are waking up that energy within them, and it's inspiring women to also unleash and recover that energy.
Yeah, I think a lot of women have been following men from the point of view of, well, men are powerful, they're in their masculine, so we'll be in our masculine, which is fine, because it gets things done. But without the guidance of the feminine, a lot of things that get done don't support everyone, doesn't support the whole planet. When the divine feminine is guiding, you will be happy in where she's guiding you because she wants you to be happy. And you will also be doing things that make the world a better place. So everybody wins and everybody's dreams come true. But when it's just the masculine pushing his way through and knocking people out of the way and killing people and hurting people, nobody wins.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big change that's happening now, and a lot of men are waking up to that, and a lot of women, as you said, are waking up to it. So they're feeling safer in their divine feminine. And a lot of women I've done readings for over the years with my angel paintings, a lot of them think of the feminine as weak. because that's the way men have really pushed them to be. And the feminine is not weak, she's incredibly powerful. So women are changing their thoughts, changing their minds about how powerful their female really is. And when women change their minds, men follow. That's why I think the female guides, the masculine takes action. Men follow women. You bring us up, you're our mothers, you guide us. And if you are guiding us to be better men and more in touch with the feminine, everyone's going to win.
You're from England originally, I hear a little accent. And now you live in Sedona. I spent some time in Hawaii too.
Yeah, I was in Hawaii, dripping with the feminine. Sedona and Maui are like a brother-sister relationship. Sedona is very masculine. It's got the rocks standing up tall, but it's also got the greenery of the feminine. You go to Hawaii, it's just dripping with feminine. It's a very different energy. I loved it, but Sedona pulled me back. Sedona has that energy that if you're going to be here, you got to be here, whether it's to visit or, you know, it's just such a special, amazing place. And it's inspired all my painting.
Has it?
Yeah, when I was in England, in Yorkshire, and then down in London, and by the way, I'm from the town where they filmed The Full Monty.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so just for a reference point, and I'm not taking my clothes off.
But I love it because there's a lot of viewers from England, so this is brilliant.
All right, hi England. I miss the grass.
And Ireland too.
That's all I miss, the grass, and my family. I forgot what I was talking about.
Well, we're talking of the different places and your inspiration and where you're finding inspiration. You're pulled right now back to Sedona.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I was back in England as a younger boy, I've been painting since I was 12, but mostly I painted black and white. And when I came to the shores of America, this color explosion happened. And it wasn't there before. This was 22 years ago. And I go back and forth between here and England, but I'm always come back here for my inspiration. The red rocks, not so much in this painting, but the red rocks really, really inspire me. They just do something for me that I can't really explain. But the moment I arrived here at 4 a.m. on a full moon in 1989, and I saw the silhouetted rocks against the moon, the next morning I woke up and I thought, I'm home. I've never felt anywhere that's felt so much like home.
And now it's interesting because you're painting women in their goddess form. Tell us about this one that we're just standing in front, because that's the first one of the series. It's
not the first one of the series, it's the first one that I saw to paint when I saw the HBO special, The Mists of Avalon. Which
so that was
celebrates
the bridge.
Yeah, it was a bridge, and I saw the vision of 7 women standing together, 7 sisters, empowering each other, standing with their own power objects, and at the same time, really what's going on here is that this woman in the center, one of my main models, Tirza, she's carrying the sword, but this sword is not a weapon anymore. It's a sword of truth and peace, rather like the sword of Archangel Michael. And she's pointing this sword down into the unconscious, into the water, and here we have the dragon, the old male. The dragon's also the new male in my series, but is representing here the old male, the old warrior, wants to fight with the sword, take life with the sword. This sword of truth and peace, through the divine feminine, is waking him up to his own divine feminine, and therefore changing his DNA structure, shown in the clouds. This is the strong image of this painting, and all the women are supporting each other. Now we all, you know, there's the wounded side of women, when women can get very bitchy and nasty and backbiting and jealous and all that stuff. But what I find is when a woman really stands in her own goddess priestess power and really claims herself as a powerful woman, then she will support her sisters. And that's what these women are doing. They're all standing side by side saying, I'm powerful, this is one of my power objects, and I love my sister. And that's one of the main things I want to represent for women through my series.
So here we are in front of this new painting with a beautiful cathedral rock, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ah, so what's going on in this painting?
Well, this is in the series very much about honoring and celebrating women and reawakening the masculine to his own understanding of the balance of the divine masculine feminine. So this is probably the first time in the series when he has finally said, okay, okay, guide me. And she's guiding him. She's still holding the sword. In a previous painting, it was taken away from him. They said no longer to be used as a weapon, but to be used as a sword of truth and peace. So she's holding the sword and she's guiding him in this boat, and the creek is full. So it's full of the feminine, you know, the unconscious, the woman, the moon guides the tides, blah, blah, blah. He's holding the crystal ball and she's standing in exactly the same position inside Stonehenge, which is my connection from England to here, the old druid that I am. I relate very much to the druid energy, to the Merlin energy.
Yeah, you look like a Merlin.
I've played
Doesn't he? Doesn't he look like a Merlin?
I've played Merlin in the local Sedona the movie.
Really?
And I'll talk about it now. I finished the series and then I spent 2 years writing a novel based on the series, and in the novel my higher self is Merlin and I become Merlin.
Yeah.
And it's all set in Sedona rocks. So here she is standing inside Stonehenge. The wolf puppies represent the new beginning. This piece is called Journey's End, New Beginnings. It's about the end of the old male and the beginning of the new male. And what we have here, and the reason I use Cathedral Rock, which I love this rock so much, and I've scrambled all the way up here, stood on top of this. There's a trail up the back of Beyond up to here. You can climb up, you can walk around up to here. Now what we have in the center here, and it's really pretty obvious, is man and woman back to back, totally supporting each other. So this is the balance. He's on the left, is even the phallic symbol here.
Yeah, he has a short one on this one. Yeah, he has a longer one in the real. It's clearly a man, and then it's clearly, this is clearly the woman.
Yeah, she's got a head and a breast, she might even be pregnant. And if you climb up here, you can see the detail naturally carved in the rock of the arm and the fingers. It's really quite bizarre. But so anyway, that's one of my major symbols of the balance of the divine masculine feminine, working together in perfect harmony and creating all our dreams to come true.
And what's symbolized here?
Well, it's a golden statue of a male angel who's just, it's a figurehead, it's shining bright, it's just leading them forward down the water. They're going with the flow of life.
And a lot of symbols here, sacred geometry and
the symbols of my life in many ways. We've got the Ankh, the Egyptian cross, the moon. Not sure what this is. It makes me think of the Olympics, but I'm still not sure.
Isn't it Celtic kind of?
Yeah, it's a little bit of Celtic.
Celtic.
Yeah. Celtic's a football team.
I'm sorry, French, Celtic.
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 But I like the French, it is good, no? And here we have the very famous statahedron, the Merkaba, the divine masculine, which is the three-sided pyramid, the tetrahedron, the masculine pointing up the sword, the feminine pointing down the chalice, and when you put them together inside the flower of life, Drunvalo and Melchizedek, who's actually, I know Drunvalo, and he's in my book.
Oh, he's amazing.
He's given me permission.
We have interviewed him many times.
He's amazing, man.
Yes.
And so this again is the balance, the perfect balance of divine masculine feminine. And then this is another thing that I got involved in, which I can't remember the name of. This is the yin-yang symbol. This is yin, I Ching. And then the Aquarian symbol, because I'm an Aquarian. It's my age. It's time. It's time for the divine feminine to totally wake up in all of us and guide our masculine into action that will make this a much better world for all of us to live in.
Somebody looks familiar here.
Yeah,
Is that you?
Some good-looking guy.
Yes.
My series of paintings is called Embraced by the Goddess, because that's my experience. I've been embraced by the Goddess. There's 24 paintings and they took me 12 years to paint. None of the originals are for sale. I sell giclée prints of them, but I'm keeping the series so I can travel and talk with them. What's happening in this piece, he has finally reclaimed the sword, which was taken away from the old warrior many paintings ago. He's now claimed it as a sword of truth and peace. He'll never use it as a weapon. And he's also claimed his own partner, and she's claimed him, and she's carrying the chalice to represent the feminine. And it's in Sedona, it's winter time, we've got Stonehenge over here, with fire burning inside, and...
what does Stonehenge represent for you?
Well, again, it's a very old druidic symbol in Britain, in England. I never really understood why I was painting it, other than, well, it shows I'm English, and, you know, I do a lot of things inspirationally, and it takes me a few years to find out. While I was writing the novel, which, by the way, I want to become a movie as well, and I'm going to star in my own movie, I realized that I have a past life as a druid, a druidic priest connected into Stonehenge. So whilst I don't remember it all consciously, I know that I have a very strong connection here. And on an intuitive level, I know that Stonehenge and Sedona connect. And I think one of the reasons is that they're two places where the goddess is celebrated. The energy of the goddess is celebrated in Stonehenge, and also here in Sedona, particularly for me at Cathedral Rock. So I'm celebrating this balance of the divine masculine feminine in human form, as man and woman, and claiming my own divine partner. And I haven't found you yet, so wherever you are, come find me.
You hear that, ladies? Yes, wherever you are around the world, this man is looking for his goddess. I love it. This is the power of the internet. I love it. This is awesome. So, so you put yourself with your partner. How does that affect, you think, our own life purpose and having our partner, our soul partner, come in?
I think for me, I love women. I love the feminine. And I can get very distracted by the feminine. That's been one of my challenges in life. I get distracted by beauty, and I can forget my whole life purpose of what I'm supposed to be doing, and just sort of, you know, get sucked into the beauty of woman. So I think for myself, what a divine partner would bring is that focus. So I have that connection, and then I can focus more on my work and bringing that balance to the world. And did I just do a big admission?
This is brilliant. And you have again the symbols everywhere?
Yeah, the lion, I relate to the lion energy. The divine feminine, the triangle pointing down, the divine masculine, triangle pointing up, and the two joined together, again, back into the star tetrahedron. Very important symbol in the later paintings of my series.
So we really feel this ancient energy coming back up. At the same time, we're saying this is a new age, something new, a new earth opening up, but it feels like there is all this older, more rooted energy that is also coming up. I
think the fact it's been there before in many civilizations that a lot of people don't know about, a lot of people don't really believe in, but I do. I believe in Atlantis, I believe in Lemuria. I think there have been many civilizations before us that knew the truth. And some of our peoples now still do. The Native Americans, the Aborigines, the people who are not so influenced by modern culture knew that truth of honoring and celebrating both masculine and feminine. The Native Americans have it with Father Sky, Mother Earth. It's been there, but we've kind of ridden roughshod over it with our masculine dominant energy. And so this is ancient, but it is also new. It's coming back. And when it's going to come back in a different way. We're in the Aquarian age. You know, we're going to still be connected to the land and be connected way up into the cosmos and the stars and spaceships and space travel and modern Aquarian energy. That's all wonderful. All technology is modern Aquarian energy. But we're going to get to bring in the goddess so she can guide us all into what to do with this amazing energy. Otherwise, it'll be too much for us. And I think without her, we would be on a terrible road to some form of self-destruction. But I do believe that by bringing her back, we'll get back into balance.
There's you use the bubble bath, the bath, as a way to bring up the feminine energy. What are some other things that you like doing to bring that energy in presence?
Well, for me, I'm so in tune with her that I just check in and listen. I think that's the real, you know, any form of prayer or talking to, you know, whatever God or whatever you believe in, everybody says the same. If you don't ask, you won't receive. So you just have to ask. Guide me, help me, show me. And I think the beautiful thing about that is that you will only be shown what's good for you. You'll only be shown what will make you happy. And if you take action based on what you're shown, it will make you happy. There's no question about it. I think when we're not happy, it's because we're trying to push something. Just a little example. I decided, I have a gallery, I had an exhibition, and I decided to put a sign outside to tell people to come into my gallery. And I didn't check in to see if it was the right thing to do. And as I was putting a rock down into the box where I had the sign to make sure it didn't blow away, and I put one rock down, I went to put the other rock down, and I smashed my finger. And in that moment, I realized I wasn't listening again. You know, I listen all the time, but in that moment, I was back in my masculine. I'm going to do this. It's a good idea. And it wasn't. And that was a sign to show me. It didn't hurt that much, but it was enough for me to go, oh, that's the goddess reminding me that I haven't checked in. And I do that all the time. If I get a body knock, or I'll look at it, why
Yeah, when it's not smooth and in the flow, then you know that the feminine is missing.
Yes, the feminine is the flow. That's why I get in the bathtub. That's why I get into water. And especially hot water, because you can just let go. And then the ideas just start flooding in. And I think as people, we need to understand that just our everyday ideas are part of our inspiration. You have to discover your inspiration, how you get it. A lot of men get what they call a gut response. In business, I'm not doing that. That doesn't feel right. That's the goddess guiding you. When you follow that, it works. But when it's you saying, I'm going to make this happen, guess what?
And women can so relate to that conversation too. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
This was awesome. What a fun, you know, it was great to have your paintings and hear all the wonderful wisdom that you have to share with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and good luck with your travels.
Thank you. Much love, my beautiful
Bye-bye.